Good morning, Pisceanos. Good morning. I hope you guys had a good night's sleep. I hope you woke up today feeling happy, safe, and peaceful. Thank you to everyone that has liked, commented, subscribed, and gave donations. Happy Thursday. All right, spirit angels, ancestors, and higher beings, please help me with this message today for my beautiful Pisces people, my Pisceanos. What messages do we have for Pisces? We got number 42, laughing behind your back. I think the people who are laughing at you, could be at work or in family or whatever this is, or making fun of you, Pisces, it's because they feel threatened. Five of Wands. So if they laugh at the way you do things or say things, it's because they feel some form of threat. Now, I also feel with these two back here, for some reason, I feel like you guys have very different interests. Like you don't like the same things. And that could be sometimes the great divider, right? When people are so different from each other. Like the example would be, let's say these people like to go out after work, right? And they like to get trashed, right? And maybe you go out with them and you're just like, this is not my vibe. This is not my scene. I'd rather be home taking a bath, reading a book, doing my hair, cleaning my house, watching a movie, playing with my cat, So that's what I'm feeling. So sometimes, people when they see like you don't want to go out or you don't want to do these, you don't like these things. What do you mean you don't like these things? Everybody likes to just drink all night and party every day and type of feeling. And it's like, it's not for me. So, you're the little bit of the oddball, the foreigner type of feeling is what I'm getting. But let's go deeper and see what else. Spirit, tell me more. The Death card. You may have outgrew these people as well too. Death, Seven of Swords, Knight of Wands. With that death energy, yeah, you may have outgrew them. Doesn't just have to be work. You may even have superseded them, like got into a bigger, like it might have been a bunch of people that you were kind of on the same level with, but you superseded them. Could be like anyway in health, right? Maybe you were both not so healthy. Next thing you know, you took a healthier route and this person stayed drinking, smoking, or whatever they did, and you changed your life just by taking care of yourself, So you outgrew a situation. So you became, I don't want to say better than them, but yeah, like you just, a better way of living. Let's just say that. You have a better way of living. Seven of Swords, Five of Wands. You definitely had somebody that was trying to sabotage you in some way. I think they were trying to ruin your reputation. Ruin your reputation. Take something from you. Maybe if it was like a work thing, they tried to like take it away from get the promotion. I don't know, like something along those lines. If it's a family type of situation, they tried to steal from you in a certain way. This is Knight of Wands. This is being in hot pursuit. I'm hearing they were too afraid to do what you do. They were too afraid to do what you do. Scared money don't make no money. What is happening? Hold on. Scared money don't make no money. it's almost like you had to initiate something, or you had to start it in order for everybody else to copy your routine or whatever you're doing, or follow your lead, right? I don't think this person or these people could do what you do. So they let you do it first, and then they kind of copied it. So it's funny, the person that they laugh at is now the person they try to be like. This is reminding me of, I used to work in a medical office a long time ago. My daughter was so little. She's 22. She'll be 22 next month. She's an Aries, the Aries I call her. But anyway, so I remember this girl, and she was a foreigner, and she came from somewhere in Russia. I don't remember exactly. It was so long ago. Very nice girl, very pretty girl. And I remember she came in with a burst of energy and light, but she was different. She came from a different place, and she did things differently. And I was intrigued, so I listened, and I saw how she got, different, the same results doing something differently, or even better results at times. So I was just, I didn't, thank God I was in a good place at that time where I wasn't judging people like that. But others did, you know. The one thing they judged the most about her, which is the point of this, was that she used to talk to patients a lot. Like, she used to, like, all the patients that came in, she would talk to them and talk to them, and inquire about them, and everyone in that office used to be like, why does she do that? That is so annoying. That is so bad. Or they'll laugh at it. Like, there she goes again. Whole conversation with a stranger. But one day she met somebody, and this person had a high ranking position in a health company, healthcare company. And he got, or she, I'm sorry, it was she got her in as a translator for her, whatever her language was, which I don't remember. I think it was Russian, but I'm not sure. And she tripled her salary just like that. So that's kind of what I'm getting here. Like, you have the balls. You're not afraid. You're taking a chance. People will laugh at it. People will judge you. But you will laugh last, is that feeling where I know she did. We remained friends a few years after that, but I know she did. So that's what I'm picking up. But let's go deeper and see what else. Spirit, tell me more. Four of Cups. The Empress. Ace of Swords. Ten of Pentacles. Scared money don't make no money. I'm going to start here, though. Oh, excuse me. I just had a banana right before I sat down here. All right. So this is an energy of being bored, of like having other interests, other things to focus on, and somebody's like offering you a cup, and you're kind of like, like, I don't really want it. Like, I'm not interested in that. I feel like somebody's offering you something that you don't care for. Like, I'm just like, I'm not interested in that. I don't really want it. And somebody thinks that you should be so grateful or so happy with this cup that they're offering you, whatever the cup is. And you're kind of like, that doesn't impress me. I don't really care for that. I'll give you the example, like, let's say they like high-end clothing, right? And somebody wants to offer you something of high-end clothing. You're like, that's great, but it's not for me. I don't really care about that. Like, that's what I'm feeling, like, a lot. So they feel like you should be more grateful because that's what they would like. Have you ever noticed people that give gifts? They give gifts sometimes of things that they don't take a minute to look at what you really need or what you really like. Sometimes it's things that they love, and then they assume that you would love it. So they give it to you, and you're just like, no. Some of you may be very difficult to buy a gift for. I think somebody's talking about that. I just heard it. Like you don't like any of the gifts. It's not because you're stuck up, you just have different interests. Sometimes people, like I said, project what they would want onto other people, and it's like, that's not for me. But all right, let's go into this death and this Empress. So Empress means abundance. It means a lot of nurture, a lot of love. I think you're going to show somebody on their deathbed. Not, I don't want to say deathbed, but they're not going to be okay. Like they're in a transitioning phase. Let's put it this way. Yes, that's better. They're transforming, maybe spiritually. Doesn't have to be physically. But they're transforming. There's a death that's happening to them, and with you around, you're like the right one. You're showing them nurture. You're showing them abundance through this hard time. This may be like a dark night of the soul, and you're helping a person kind of walk through it in a way, or you're showing this person love. So this is a different perspective that someone is seeing you in. Maybe they were somebody that you didn't get along with before, but now that they're transitioning, they see you as a very loving presence, almost like motherly is what I'm getting. Like you feel like a mom to them. Like you're just good nurture. Maybe they went through some form of loss that's similar to your loss, and you're able to just sit with them and share it. You know how you are. You guys are good listeners. You're good feelers, you know. You don't just talk. You feel things. You listen. You allow, but you're not judgmental. You're not judgmental. You let them go through their transitioning phase. And you just accept it. And someone looks at it like, how are you not judging me in this state? Look at me. Look at what's going on. You're not judging me? And you're like, no. We all go through our bad times in life. You are definitely not someone people should be laughing at. If they only knew how much of an asset, how much of a love you could be in people's darkest times and darkest moments, they would not laugh at you. What is this? Seven of Swords and the Ace of Swords. I do feel the energy of copying, of mimicking, trying to be you. Yes, I feel someone that is trying to be you, just like you. But it's unfortunate with Seven of Swords. It's like oh goodness, hold on a second. They could be stealing something of yours. Feeling that if they have that, I don't know if it could be stealing. They have something of yours. They're either wearing it, looking at it. They're trying to transfer energy that way. It could be watching you through social media, because sometimes with social media you develop like these cords, like somebody that is studying you and watching you like that too. But I did feel they have something of yours and they put it on them because they want to be like you. They want to act like you. They want to be where you are in life. It could be spiritually. It could be in education. There's something that you may know. And they want to know things like you know things. Let me see one more for this. Wheel of Fortune means time, means having good luck, good fortune. This could be different people, just so you know. I just read energy, Pisces. So I think they feel like something of yours is lucky to them. Like they may have noticed that it could be like a necklace or a ring or something. Whatever it is that they have of yours is giving them some form of luck. Whatever it is that they've been emulating of you has been giving them some form of luck. It's been helping to open doors, make them feel better. I just don't like that Seven of Swords because you know what I'm getting the image of? Have you ever seen somebody that is like drowning, right? And then, maybe I'm thinking of Rose and Jack. Yes. Like, remember that scene where Rose had the life vest, Titanic? She had the life vest, and there was somebody that came running up to her, and he didn't have anything, and he was like flaring in the water. And then what he did was he tried to climb on top of her. Obviously, her head went down, and she almost died if Jack didn't come and punch him in the face. Um, but the intention was like this person was suffering so bad. They didn't know what they were, I don't want to say they didn't know what they were doing. They were just trying to survive. That they almost took you under. They almost drowned you, trying to get on top of you. Trying to use you in some way, yes. Trying to hope that you would be their good luck in some way. There's something here about that. And I did feel where they use something, they have something of yours that they feel like gives them good luck. You could have something like that too, Pisces. I saw like something, a watch. I don't know. All right, Knight of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. Things don't come just as a windfall for you. You actually put into actions the things that you have learned in life. And this is the key to your success. So let's say what you learned in life is I don't want to hang out with people that just gossip about others or drink all day, and that's a waste of time. What I want to do is I don't know, I educated myself in something and I want to pursue this, so I want to like go deeper. I do have another example. So I'm learning how to make a yogurt. I know you guys are going to be like, what? And it's like, yeah, I'm learning how to make a yogurt. Dr. Berg, he talks about this yogurt that helps with insomnia and depression. And I've been like a long time sufferer of that. I'm fine. Like I'm okay. I go about my days very well. It's never as bad as it was before, but I am always looking for ways to heal myself, whether it's physically, mentally, or emotionally. So I am developing some type of yogurt. So I'm doing it. I'm making it for myself to see if that strand in my bioderm like actually helps. So there's an active pursuit of the wealth. There's an active pursuit of my well-being. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's the correlation. So that's what I'm getting from you. You're just not like leaning on someone else. Yes. You're not just like, let me just take what you have and that will help me. No, you are actively, whatever you learn or you educate yourself on, pursuing in order to reach your wealth, your generational wealth, your health, your well-being, whatever it is. See, what I could do is just like act like I didn't know about this yogurt. So I am making it myself. It's an active pursuit. You just can't know about it and not do anything about it, right? It's like a lead. You have a lead, but it's only good if you take the lead. I hope that made sense. All right, let's do advice. Throat chakra. Throat chakra is out of balance. That's why I cough a lot sometimes, but Sometimes you don't say everything that you feel because you feel like people won't care. And you're right. I think a lot of you wait for people to approach you so that you know it's safe to talk to them. Sometimes it's not that you're scared, it's just that you know they're not going to understand what you're talking about. Talk to myself for hours, say things you don't understand. So I see you talking to yourself. You are not crazy, Pisces, but I see you. I think they're affirmations. I think you look at yourself and you say, you are smart. You are beautiful. You are deserving. You know, like you tell yourself good things about yourself because sometimes it's hard when you hear so many, you know, hurtful things, right? So I feel you being the stronger voice in your life. Say things you don't understand. Let's say, for example, you'd rather go home and, make a yogurt, that's going to help you with your pursuit of health. That's the example. But these people, they want to go drinking. They want to spend all night drinking. You're saying things that they don't understand. That's what I'm hearing. What your interests are that people just don't even understand it. So sometimes you just don't even say it. You're like, what's the point? Sometimes I think you guys talk a little bit in a language that they do understand, but you're throwing them off because you don't want them to think that you're a little off or different or weird. I did feel that. All right, let's do career and money. Two of Pentacles, Justice, and the Queen of Pentacles. You guys are good. You are waiting your turn. You're like patiently waiting, like you're trying to stay emotionally stable and strong in this environment. Like there's something going on in your workplace where it's like ups and downs is the feeling. Like you get these ups and downs. But you're allowing for things to balance itself out. And in the meantime, you're trying to stay emotionally stable here. So sometimes things can get to you, but I think you guys know that the cream always rises to the top. I'm hearing, ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Like you could be the real thing, you could be doing a really good job, or you know something, and maybe other people just have connections, or they know each other. But yeah, you know that you're good at what you do. You know that you work really hard. You accomplish. You know what you're doing. To some extent, to some extent, because it does feel a little shaky there sometimes, Pisces. But you do believe, you have a strong belief in, I guess real recognizes real, and the real thing always comes out on top, right? Cream always rises to the top. All right, let's close this off with the Oshos. Spirit, tell me more. Aloneness. Harmony. And the Creator. We also got the Lovers. So something's coming to my mind. Justin Bieber, that lonely song. I remember, like, I'm older. I'm a lot older than him. I'm 46, and I don't know. I think he's in his 20s. But I remember when he first came out, he was what was his song? Baby, baby, baby. Oh. It was playing everywhere, and it was the most irritating song for me, at least. I'm sorry, all my young ones are like, no, that was my song. But my daughter loved it, but it was just everywhere. And every single time I turned on the radio and I heard walk into a store, I heard, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. The song that made me a believer was the Lonely song. I'm so lonely. I said, hello. Hello. Now you're speaking my language. So then I had a connection and I realized this is a talent. I went from like despising to I believe. And this is the energy I'm picking up from you. Somebody that didn't like you at first, laughed at your ways, at what you did. You make them a fan, a groupie. I'm not a groupie, but you know what I mean. Like, yeah, unforgettable. Because that's how I am now with him with that song. I can't get it out of my head. I listen to it. I love a lot of his other songs too. So you go from being this foreigner to being the foreigner that people laugh at to being the one that they can't forget. Sometimes people are thrown in your life like to be that change, to be the example, to be a love like they never seen before or felt before in life. So you bring them peace. You make them feel closer to God as well too. I kind of get the sense that these people back here, like they're going through a spiritual transformation. They didn't have a lot of soul in them. They were probably maybe very superficial. Maybe they were on something. That's why I feel them that way. Like the depth in them wasn't there, but they go through a time of like aloneness of some sorts, and then I feel like you're kind of there for them in some energetic way, and then there's some type of peace and harmony, and you guys kind of you see each other then. You understand each other then. Sometimes it takes for a deep soul transformation or a very similar experience so that somebody feels like they have something in common with you. That's what I feel like is about to happen or has happened or is happening. The tenses are always different. All right, Pisces, I hope you like the reading. Please like and subscribe, and thank you.